Alright, I'm showing you the direction of the cut results for gem dinosaur bone. Alright, this face right here was cut perpendicular to the length of the dinosaur bone. As you can see, the cells, most of them, are longer in the left to right direction versus the up-down direction. So, if you cut parallel to the left to right down here, you end up with bigger cells with not much depth to them. You can see some details up here for the brighter stuff. But the blues fade out. If they're translucent, the deeper the cell, so if you cut this direction, blues are going to show up a lot better, as you can see up here, because they have more depth to them. And therefore, the saturation increases because you have more blue versus a thin little slice like this. You can see there's not much direction this way, but they go longer this way. So if we cut this direction right here, we end up with longer cells, and that's why blue is a lot more saturated when it's cut in this direction right here versus this. Now again, it's not, the cells aren't going to go as deep, but you can see they have a nice length to them. They're a little deeper than they are in this direction, and they have a nice long look to them. Now, cutting gem bone, I see this question asked a lot: how do I cut this piece? Well, when you look at the piece, you can look at how the cells are. And if you just cut a face perpendicular to the length of the bone, you're going to see a few things. And if you notice the webbing is really weak or the bone's soft, this is going to be the most stable direction to cut, perpendicular to the length. This is going to be the weakest direction to cut when you cut parallel to the length and also parallel to the width of the cells, because there's not going to be much depth here, and you can see that cell wall is also going to be in back of the cell, so those are going to pop out easier if there's issues with that. This direction isn't going to be as weak as this direction, but it's not going to be as strong as this direction either. So again, if the bone has any kind of issues with not being solid, this is going to be your most stable cut, perpendicular to the length of the bone. Now you can also cut diagonal, and other directions will produce slightly different patterns, but typically this is what you're going to see with bone. And you can play around with this, and again, soft bone, it's not like you can't cut it in this direction, but you're most likely going to want to stabilize if you're going to have issues in cells popping out and the cell walls undercutting severely. So just some things to keep in mind when cutting gem bone. Hope you all enjoy and got something from this video. Thank you very much for watching.